So, how to get your cryptocurrency profit out into your bank. Here's how. So welcome to the channel. If you are new, please do hit that subscribe button, slap on a like, push that bell button, and leave a comment. Apologies, comments. There is someone impersonating me. I do apologise. When I comment, it will highlight around my little name, whatever, or a little background thing. That's me. If someone is telling you, would you like to make more Bitcoin? That is not from me. Anyways, let's talk about what I feel is an interesting topic. A lot of people want this, and you know, originally when someone asked me about it, I kind of dismissed it thinking, I don't need to know that. But more importantly, when you think about it, a lot's changed, and I'm also going to briefly talk about UK tax. I'm going to recommend a tool to make life easy, and I'll explain that in a bit. So, we're in a nice little run. Most people, hopefully, fingers crossed, especially if you've been watching the channel from the last 6, 12 months, whatever, if you're new, hi. I've probably made profit basically because of the parabolic move in Bitcoin, especially if you bought Bitcoin anything below 10K, you're sitting in profit, right? But there's also parameters in regards of tax, what to do with it in terms of how to take profit and how to sell it and move it and whatnot. And then obviously setting up your bank account to receive said fundage. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest here. A lot's changed since I did a big withdrawal. I'm in a really fortunate position where I did a withdrawal. I live off certain income that I get now that is out of the crypto sphere. I don't trade that much at the moment because I'm growing companies. My company is the main important thing in my life. I've got 2 of them. Link below, by the way, if you want to jump in a free course. Just a little bit of a hint there. But fundamental wise, if you're a trader, if you're a miner, all kinds of stuff, and you're generating a lot of income through cryptocurrency alone, you need to probably pay very big attention to this video because you will need to declare tax on that. But we're going to talk about step 1 first, how to actually get cryptocurrency out and into your bank. It honestly is really simple. It's really simple. I'm going to go through the 3 places that I've used before, and I'm also going to mention another exchange as well that you can do it now. So the first one is obviously the main one is Coinbase. This is the one that I tested when I first got in the space to see how it would work. It kind of worked really well. In some countries you can do this via PayPal as well, which is pretty good. I've tried it on that once or twice, and I've also done it through my bank. Personally, a lot's changed since, and we'll go over the fees in a minute. It is easy. Now, there's not going to be a step-by-step guide because I can't be bothered putting in all the details because you're not going to see it anyway, so I'm going to be blanking out my bank details. The fundamentals are, all you need to do is simply, when you've got any asset, doesn't matter what asset it is, right? And I'm going to explain this so you understand. Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, whatever. You will need to send that over to Coinbase. And then from Coinbase, you need to press basically the sell button into your currency. Whether that is Euro, USD, Great British Pound, I don't know, Singapore dollar, whatever, whatever country you're in, right? Aussie dollar, whatever. Then that will allow it to sync up with your bank account. You put in your bank account details and it tells you exactly what you need to put in. And then you send it. It will process the fees and it will send it. Now Coinbase, I've not done it for a while, was pretty slow last time I did it, which was about 2-3 years ago. A lot's changed since then. It's all changed, I know. But it took 5 days for a withdrawal. It was like, oh my God, right? It was savage. And I didn't use it since. The next one is exactly the same sort of situation, is blockchain.com. This is how I started in the market. I first bought Bitcoin in 2016 on this website. This is what I used. Very, very happy I did, obviously. But same situation, send over your Bitcoin, press the sell button, transfer it over into your currency, and then withdraw. This one was a bit faster, and again, this was also a long time ago. This was in 2018 when I last did it. Okay, you can probably see where I'm going with this. Now, again, same situation, different fees apply. Now, the last one here, hello, is probably a company you might not have heard much of. It's a UK-based company. I know the founder, the CEO essentially, and you've often probably seen me wear their branded hoodie on my YouTube videos. Not pay sponsorship, I just know the owner. He owes me dinner now. But with that, this is, in my opinion, of current history, the best I've used for just ease. It's a bit more expensive in terms of fees, but you get your crypto from your, from your wallet into your bank. Wait for it, in less than 90 minutes. I know, less than 90 minutes. The quickest was 45 minutes. Actually, it blew my mind a little bit. And I've actually seen people use it before and it's been less than that as well. So it's the same situation. You move your Bitcoin over, you put it into pounds or whatever and send it over. This has got different, jurisdictions, but if you are in the UK and in Europe, it's pretty decent. This is by far one of the most established, and you can see here the permitted jurisdiction. So there you go, what countries you can use. If you're in the US, apologies, can't use it. But for ease and simplicity, my favorite by far. Going on to fees, going back in time, obviously Coinbase, this is an interesting one. There's always going to be a network transferring fee. So when you go from an exchange, there's a fee. When you then hit the exchange to send it over into your currency, there will be a fee. And then there'll be a fee for withdrawal. So as you can see here, there'll be a 1% fee. So say, for example, on Binance, you send it, Binance take a little fee, don't they? When you then get it to Coinbase, you will then get another fee added on. Got to send it over. And then it tends to be here $1 to $5 on Bitcoin, and everything else is usually a $1 withdrawal fee. Not bad at all, realistically. The next one, and I mentioned I was going to add another one to this, was Binance. I've never used it though, so I'm just going to give you the idea. It'll probably work in the exact same way. And you can see here, withdrawal fee, $1 or €1, whatever. And they also use a faster payment service, especially if you're in the UK, which is handy. And it tells you the limits. The limits is savage, pretty good. And yeah, you do need to go through all the verification process, KYC. And transfer, deposit and withdrawal fees through the bank is £1.95, which is, can't really be that bothered realistically. It's not too bad at all. And CoinPass is, I think it's £5. So there you go. But this one's got a decent little platform fee in my opinion compared to the other ones. I often find that Coinbase exaggerate their fees a little bit on their plan. Whenever I've used Coinbase, I don't know, for some reason it seems to be a bit more inflated unless you use Coinbase Pro. Don't quite understand that. Anyways, it's simple. It is simple, right? Now, I need to talk about tax a little bit. This is UK based. If you are in other countries, Google it, find out. Some countries do not pay tax. Portugal, Switzerland, examples. But there's a lot of information here and you need to use a bit of common sense as well, especially if you're in the UK. A lot's changed though since I last did a big profit withdrawal. Big profit withdrawal. Remember that word? Profit withdrawal is when you sell your assets and you are looking to cash out. That is what is taxed. But we'll go over it in a bit more detail because it is baffling. They've changed the rules since, and they've changed the rules twice as well since. It's been crazy. So HMRC, if you're in the UK, they use a thing called Sharepooling. So basically, it's like anything in life. If you've bought a property, you do not pay value appreciation tax as you're living in it, or if you're renting it out or whatever. You just don't. It's a bit silly, isn't it? It's the same situation here with Bitcoin. You could buy Bitcoin in 2013 and not sell it until now, and you will pay tax from that original purchase price. As you can see on the screen here, this is how it works. Buy one BTC in 2015, buy another, sell it, right? Cool, happy days. And then it works out what the tax is off that one BTC that you sold. It will work out. And as I say, there's a tool that I'm going to recommend to you guys, which I am going to be using because it is the cheapest, best value, and it works with the most countries. It takes off the whole hassle and it links up to your exchanges to find out the tax. Now, the problem that we've got is multiple transactions, okay? Same as the stock market. Stock market is a similar sort of thing. You might buy Apple, you might sell Apple, and then you may put that into something else. You're technically paying tax on whatever you've sold your Apple for as profit, but you're still in the market because you're then going to move it into another stock. It's when you go and pull it all out, you will then calculate how much profit did you make from Apple and then how much did you make from that other stock. That other stock could also go down, therefore affecting what tax you pay. I know it's baffling, but as I say, go to an accountant, it makes life easy. But this is why I'm going to recommend these little tools to you to help you at least understand what you've got to pay via synchronization of your exchanges, buy-in, selling prices, datum when you did it, all that stuff is on a blockchain, obviously, which is good. And then you can kind of go to an account and go, right, I've used this software. This is everything that I've ever done in crypto. It tells me exactly what I need to do. How do I do it efficiently, safely, and correctly so I don't get bummed by HMRC, simply. So that's roughly the basic level of what it works at. Now, in terms of capital gains tax, this is what it goes off, capital gains tax. When I did it in 2018, I didn't take out the same amount here. I didn't take that much out because I didn't have to pay tax on it. As I said at the start of the video, I've been working on companies. I've been building other revenue, so I don't have to profit on my cryptocurrency. I can move it around, I can play around with it, I can do whatever I want until that big day comes where I will then cash out and then do the full concise report of what I've been doing within that time period to then calculate every single transaction that I've done, whether they're losses, gains, whatever, and it will give me a full breakdown of what I need to pay as capital gains tax. That's how you do it. And like I said just before, there's people who believe, especially in the UK, that you must do your tax every single year as a holder. It's only at the point of when you profit, you sell, and you basically move it on out, essentially. It doesn't make logical sense if you go from Bitcoin into Ethereum. You're not going to go and take whatever tax you've paid off that while still in the market because you're still in the game. It's like holding a painting. It doesn't make any sense. If you buy a painting at $500 and then you get it valued and it's worth $3,000, you don't pay the tax off that because the value appreciation may go down. It also may go up. So use common sense, please. I'm going to recommend a tool though. As I say, there's all kinds of different situations in terms of how it works with, you know, all this. And if you had to do it manually, you'd probably struggle and it's horrible. So just to give you a basic outline of what capital gains tax is for an absolute beginner, which is obvious in my opinion, you're paying 20% tax, anything above the threshold. So say for example, into next year, the tax year, if you make over, you know, £12,300 as an example in profit, anything above that you are taxed 20%. So say for example, you know, you've made £8,000 profit over that 12,300, you're paying 20% tax on that 8,000. Does that make sense? I hope it does. It's not too bad realistically. Anyways, as I said, this is the tool I recommend. There's a link below if you want to jump in. It's pretty decent. It's got the best reviews. It's got a lot of interest around the world because it's got reports from multiple agencies and currencies and stuff like that, which is good. So as you can see here, if you're in Canada, you can use it. If you're in Germany, you can use it. UK, France, you can see IRS, obviously America. Very, very good. Now, how does it work is, as I said, it syncs up to your exchanges. All the integrations in literally in crypto. So if you've ever used Coinbase within that time period, if you've used Binance for a spot investing or trade in futures, whatever, it's all there. Now, as I say, if you're a trader, it works a little bit differently because that is an income. That is a full disclosed income. If you're getting paid in cryptocurrency, like a good chunk every month, if you're a freelancer and you're getting paid $1,000 in crypto every month, you've got to declare that as an income. It's different ball games, and that's why I say go to an accountant. But if you're a hobbyist and you're just buying and selling and just like the idea of just putting money in, seeing it value appreciation like you would in property stocks or whatever, it's just capital gains tax. It's relatively straightforward, and it is only taxable when you profit, i.e. the stack that you take out and you pull it out, how much you've made within that period of time, go for it. So in terms of that, it's relatively straightforward, okay? Like I say, it syncs up to everything, literally everything that you need to. It's very, very straightforward, and it does everything for you. So you can easily track all your taxes. you can do all your transactions, and it obviously gives you all the information that you need. And as I say, all the reliable ones. So you can go via company. So obviously you want a capital gains report on most of the part, what country it is in and how it all works, and it'll tell you in a full breakdown of what you've ever done within that time period. So just to give you an idea of the time period as well, just so you don't get confused, if you did a big withdrawal in 2019, that's it. You've paid your tax up until that point. From that period to that period, you've gained. If you then start again and you've left a little bit of money in the market and you then built more wealth and the value appreciation of new purchases, new investments. Say for example, you put say $1,000 into the likes of Ethereum like 6 months ago and it's gone up in value quite a bit, you will then be paying tax on that, if that makes sense. Oh, it's a nightmare. So I'm not a financial advisor, I'm certainly not an accountant, but this is what I would be using. I've never used it, disclaimer, but I've heard great things from a lot of people about it. And when you look at the reviews, when you look at all the integrations, when you look at the fact of the pricing as well, it's pretty good. You do have to pay for this per year. Every tax year you do have to pay for this, just to give you an insight. But if you're just a holder and you've only done 100 transactions, it's not too bad if you're a trader, but for me, it'll most likely be this for most people. This transactions is mainly, I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's entirely up to you, but you can start for free. You can try it out for free and you can get a full information breakdown of what you've done. And then when you want to pay your taxes and whatnot, you can obviously upgrade to do the payment side of it. But it's a really efficient way of doing it. That is obviously entirely up to you. So, hope you enjoyed this one. I know it's a bit of a random one. I know you've talked about serious stuff here, but it's obviously good information that you need to probably know and grasp. But again, if you're in other countries, you need to do your research in terms of what tax you need to do.